Now, it was the launch of the eKasi Challenge today. In its second year, the tournament is a great precursor to the franchise season in South Africa. Now, to chat more about it in studio, I have Pumelela Mashikwe from the Highveld Lions, Titans assistant coach Mandla Mashimbiyi, and of course, Charlene Lekay, who is from Momentum. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Charlene, let's maybe start with you. You guys have been quite part of this of the eKasi Challenge and part of development of cricket. Tell us a bit about why.
I think it was important for us from the word go not just to be another sponsor but to be a partner. We always said that what we want to do is to contribute to the development of the game, and that needs a very strong social development plan, and the eKasi Challenge is part of, I think, our urge to give back to the community. So we're just happy to be part of the transformation of the sport being offered through this initiative, and very thankful that we have such great partners in the Titans and in the Lions.
And of course, you guys obviously take the match fees of the players and you use some of your money to redo the stadiums that you're playing at. That's very important for development of the game.
That is very important. I think that's a contribution that shouldn't be underestimated. Where we are going to be this year, for example, if I can give that away,
yes.
At the Dobsonville Stadium, I think because that stadium is such a focal point in the community and it really contributes to sports activities in the community. So leaving behind something that can be of enduring value is very important. And this year, last year when we did the refurbishment at the Pumelela Stadium, we were out in full force with the Momentum volunteers being there together with the Titans and the Lions. But I think this year we're coming even with double the force. We have about 160 volunteers who are ready to roll up their sleeves and to do some work on Friday.
That's absolutely fantastic. For you, Pumelela, what has been the essence of the eKasi Challenge?
I think basically for the eKasi Challenge, it's a great initiative to get the game of cricket out into the general public. As you can imagine, there's a lot of young kids who aren't exposed to cricket, so it's a good way of getting them involved, and with the help of Momentum, it's really exciting to see the youngsters coming to watch a game of cricket, basically.
Mandla, for you, it's a great precursor to the season, a great start to test the players where they're at.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, when I started last year, it was my first day at work for the Titans. Surprisingly, we're back there again. But for us as Titans, and obviously for the Lions, I'd like to think that this is a great place for them to gauge themselves in terms of where they are with their game, and also to see how far they can go, where they can improve as well as players. So it's a great initiative, which Momentum obviously are on board, which for me, as a person that comes from the eKasi, I would have loved to see cricket come to my eKasi, and it's a huge privilege for these youngsters to actually have to witness this type of initiative in the eKasi as well.
And that's it. Cricket South Africa has been trying to transform the sport, take it to the eKasi, as you have just said. How popular is this tournament then for people, or the young kids, wanting to get into cricket and get the opportunity and the facilities to do so?
Well, the popularity of it obviously can only be done when the visualization and people can see the tournament in the eKasi. I'm sure that it left a big dent in Mamelodi, and I'm sure it's going to do the same now in Soweto. And from there onwards, we can see people get hungry to play the game, and they can see that actually we can get somewhere, because now there's big companies that are involved in making sure that this game goes forward in the country.
And for you, Pumelela, like I said, transformation is big on the agenda. Do you think the CSA is doing a successful job at actually getting black African players in the setup and getting them to play at a high level?
I think CSA is doing all they can at the moment, and they've just brought in some new regulations, if you will. So I think we're definitely heading in the right direction. I know at the Lions, we definitely are one of the more privileged, if not lucky, franchises. We're blessed with a lot of black African players that are there on merit. So I think CSA is doing a pretty good job.
And have people actually accepted the sort of quota system that has been put in place? Have players accepted it? You can go.
Well, that's quite a touchy one, because for me, that's also, it's a nice thing to put quota players, but at the same time, it's the ability that comes with that name. So people can only accept what they can do, not what necessarily is said by you know, how the media or CSA can put all these names across, but the ability in which is brought upon to the teams is what matters. So in that respect, I think the players have accepted it, and they've seen it as a responsibility, because then it will actually propel them to work even harder to make sure that they perform from game to game.
We'll chat about the goals of the Titans and the Lions just now, but Charlene, just tell us how much for you has the eKasi Challenge grown? How much has support for it and interest in it? Do you expect lots of spectators to come out?
Absolutely. I think in the run-up to the eKasi, we also do a lot of work to inform the community through media channels as yourself, but then physically going into the community itself. You know, initiative like we're doing on Friday with Mandla Day, to be visible, visibly active and helping in the community. I think that's very important. But then also making sure that we tap into community media channels, then going into the schools to do life skills workshops, to teach kids about the importance of living a healthy lifestyle and how that contributes to just being a holistic, well-rounded human being. So all these things that we're doing, adding up, leading to the eKasi Challenge, hopefully will pull in the crowd. But just if I could refer back to Mandla's point where you asked how the eKasi Challenge has grown from last year. I think what we have experienced is this kind of organic growth almost, where you see schools now starting to form their own clubs, Mandla, and last year you experienced this as the Titans, as the host team, where one of the schools that they formed a particular close relationship with came to the stadium to support them, and it was lovely to see Supersport Park being transformed like that. So yes, the eKasi Challenge has grown, and I think this year it will go even further.
That's fantastic. Mandla, for you, tell us a bit about the goals for the Titans this season. Of course, I'm sure a trophy is top on that list.
Oh yeah, no, listen, because looking at our season last season, we as a group we felt we didn't play the best of what we can do, you know. But then obviously the goals will be shifted a bit this year, and you know, to win all tournaments this year for us is the ultimate goal, you know. But to prepare even better is the ultimate goal for us, because we know that if we prepared well, everything will take care of itself.
For you, Pumelela, of course, Stephen Cook is the new captain, no longer Alviro Peterson. How much has the team changed, and how has pre-season preparation gone to look forward to a successful new season?
Well, in terms of the team changing, it hasn't been too much change, because when Alviro is away with the national team, Stephen is captain. So in terms of that, it's been pretty settled. But in terms of us as a team, I think we're very motivated to do well, especially after a disappointing season last season. So we really basically want to get the season started, just to get out there, show our skills and rewrite the wrongs of last season, basically.
That's very, very interesting, of course, and we'll be looking forward to the start of the season, of course, with the eKasi Challenge, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very,
much.
very much for joining me in studio.